This is Mystery Scotch Tasting with Gentlemen of the World. I am your fill-in host, Andrew, and we've got
Vern,
Evan, and Dave.
And what we're doing here is blind tasting a scotch. We've got one guy who brought a bottle. The rest of us don't know what it is. We're going to look at it, listen to it, smell it, taste it, talk about it, make some guesses about what it is, how old it is, maybe where it came from. And then we'll have the grand reveal. And we'll rate it actually before the reveal. Then we'll have the reveal and find out how far off we were. Sound good?
That was pretty good, Andrew.
Well, let's do it.
All right. So Dave brought the scotch tonight.
And it looks like he brought an
amber.
Yeah, like a lighter amber right down the middle, I would say. What color does that remind us of?
Got a good color though. It's
kind of it's on the darker side, but not like super dark.
No. Got some good legs in the glass, swirling it, splashing it. I am.
Which, and part of my deep dive this week was I don't know, I've heard two different camps about like the legs on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a wine, wino thing. But I heard one fella talk about that there is some Scotch crossover. That's the phenols, the oils that pull out of maybe the casks. So you actually do get some sort of idea. I don't know what. I have no end to this this interesting point that I've made. But
well, I think it has some. Like we're talking about how thin it is or how thick it is, so it might be oily or creamy.
Which I mean, guessing here, but I would say that's fairly oily. So maybe I'm going to take a guess and say that there'll be more of a finish, like it'll hang around a little longer.
I think so. Yeah,
a little thicker mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to smell the scotch.
An interesting smell.
Ooh.
I like it.
Rich sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely like some, dried fruits?
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely getting like a fuller bodied olfactory experience right now.
Have you guys ever had like a violet crumble or like a honeycomb candy? It's like basically like burnt sugar and they put baking soda in it, like puffs up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the kind of note I'm getting. It's like a kind of a honeycomb candy kind of vibe.
Does it have, is it dipped in chocolate?
Yeah, dipped in chocolate, and you buy it's like kind of crunchy.
But is
light.
this dipped in chocolate?
Ooh, I wish. I was going to go with campfire.
Oh. I was going to say I'm getting like a subtle smoke.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, for me, it's kind of the second layer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The top layer that I'm getting is that kind of more dried fruit. Yeah, a little bit of honey.
But I like that the
smoke is kind of lingering.
Yeah,
out
I like that
it's
it's there though, because that's the problem you have with some of the other scotches. You'll get notes from either side, but this has got a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm like 3/4 of the way Lagavulin with this.
Really?
Yeah, like
wow.
I am getting a lot of smoke, but not as much as Lagavulin.
Yeah,
but it's like there's also, I think when we were talking about chocolate, I get some of that orange. I think I've used this note before, where it's like the orange Christmas time chocolate candy that you can
like
crack
orange, dark chocolate, orange liqueur.
Yes,
or maybe the other way around, orange liqueur, dark chocolate. Yeah,
this smells fantastic.
But you're eating it by the fire because there is some campsite. I still haven't tasted it yet, though. I'm looking forward.
Now I'm
to
getting a little hit of vanilla
and oak.
Yeah, there's definitely some oak in there.
Yeah, now the smoke's kind of dissipating a little bit, and it's
amazing how much the smell changes just with a little bit of time. I'm not getting much in the way of like the sherry type of sweetness, like not much maple or syrup.
Yeah,
anything like heavier like that.
Getting a little like some sort of smoked meat or bacon.
Yeah,
ooh, like a
salted
ham,
meat,
a smoked ham.
Yeah.
It could just be what's sitting on our table. Right?
There is smoked ham on our table. That cannot be it. No way, Jose.
No, I think you're right, David. I'm definitely getting some of that.
Vern, from your opinion, would this be like a Christmassy kind of scotch or a winter scotch?
Yeah. What month is this?
When would I smell this scotch? I mean, definitely
fall,
late fall. I would be smelling the scotch.
This is a great autumn scotch.
This would go in my garage with a pumpkin pie.
Smelling the scotch. Smoky pumpkin pie.
Did you say, Evan, that this would go with pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a pumpkin spice latte.
No. I love this. I can just sit here and smell this all night. It smells fantastic.
That's even making it, I'm getting more of the, like that Thanksgiving baking smell of like pecan pie, pumpkin pie, just the smells in the kitchen.
A Thanksgiving kitchen right here in our hands.
Just a touch of clove, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We need to stop smelling this and start drinking it.
Seriously, we should probably start drinking this
I'm
right now.
enjoying it.
No, this really smells fantastic. All right, I'm going to go in.
That's fun. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to water this down in a little bit, but it's not too hot. It's not like crazy hot, but it is definitely Scotch whiskey.
And I think your guess about it lingering is pretty spot on because it is sticking around.
Maybe legs mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's salty. I'm getting it on the sides of my tongue. It's like,
like you licked that smoked ham.
there is not as much sweetness as I expected.
No, not nearly.
Based on everything we just said about the nose, I'm not getting much sweetness at all. Bit of smoke lingering on the back.
I get the medicinal note
Yeah.
of smoke.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really mellow. It's like campfire at the next campground over.
Like my t-shirt after going to a bonfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I went camping this weekend and this is how I smelled when I got back.
Yeah. For a couple of days after. Maybe the orange peel. Anybody getting that?
Mm-hmm.
But there's salt water now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of salt up front. Salt water.
Like slightly, orange oil.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's good.
Definitely the saltiness. I think the saltiness also is what's kind of sticking around as well.
For me, it was a little more medicinal on the far back end. It kind of ended with.
Yeah, that medicinal note kind of sticks around.
But it's good. It's balanced. It's not like Ardbeg where it is predominantly medicinal and briny. It's
it's not like a dry smoke either. I don't know why, but this makes me feel this reminds me more memory based than flavor based. It reminds me of camping on the coast in Big Sur. Because you get that like cool coastal air while you're sitting around a campfire
in mid fall.
Yes, yes.
Waves crashing.
The mist
of Big Sur, gently resting on your face, dried by.
I feel like after 2 or 3 tastes, the heat has really mellowed a bit. Or no, you still getting a lot of the heat?
No, it's definitely mellowed for sure. This is one of those scotches. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy the Glencairn glass for things like this for tasting. But when I'm actually drinking scotch at home, I don't like drinking out of a Glencairn because I like to get the nose and the taste all kind of at once. And I feel like this scotch might be better suited in a wider brim.
Just like a
glass.
glass.
Yeah, exactly. Because you'll get, exactly. A trough, if you will. Just so you can get like the sweet notes on the nose and get that smoky kind of flavor all kind of going at once.
Yeah,
I agree. Wow, that's the first like hit on Glencairn glasses.
I mean, nothing personal. No, they serve their function. They serve it well.
This is their function.
Yeah,
next time we drink this, we'll be drinking them.
They're for tasting.
I did add water. Pretty excited. I hope it doesn't lose its legs.
I haven't added water yet, but I probably will. I feel like going back to the sort of the initial appearance we were talking about. I think we were right. It's a bit oily. It kind of coats your mouth.
The brine with a little water turns into like fresh seaweed, but then also maybe fresher oranges.
God, even the nose changes on the after adding some water. Yeah, you get much more of that like kind of ocean
brighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. The nose changes pretty dramatically.
Oh yeah, I like that with water personally.
Oh man, that fit like a glove.
Yeah,
in my mouth.
Just kind of brightens everything up and kind of expands everything out. You get a lot more sweetness with the water in there.
Right after I added the water, vanilla on the nose. Like a lot stronger than before.
Yeah.
It like shoots out of the glass a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That just
water.
went up at least a point.
Yeah.
With water. That's incredible.
It's like you took all of the best of your Thanksgiving dinner and put it like in a food processor.
Put it in a to-go box and open it up the next day and make yourself a really kick-ass sandwich.
What, did you start with like a honeycomb?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't know, it's somewhere between a honeycomb and here in America, we have marshmallows, but maybe kind of like a roasted marshmallow.
I'm getting
something.
burnt roasted marshmallows for sure.
It's definitely that burnt sugar vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
honeycomb and marshmallows are two totally different things.
They and we definitely
have them,
are.
For the listener out there, we have them both in America here, by the
way. Not me. I stick with marshmallows. Daddy, can I have some honeycomb? No,
you can
get a marshmallow.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. Maybe some of the grain now is like popping out. Like just a classic cereal note.
Yeah, just a little bit of malt.
he's at the party. We don't have to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
He'll be here for a little
Just
bit.
a wallflower.
Yeah.
Wallflower. Like, was Barley at the party? Like, yes, he was technically. He sat on the couch.
He kind of slipped in and out.
Yeah.
Did an Irish exit.
Didn't really make a scene.
Ate all the stuffed dates and then left.
Meanwhile, did you catch the fight between Honeycomb and Marshmallow?
That got nasty.
Yeah. Real dirty.
I got sticky, I think you should say.
I can't recall enjoying the smell of a Scotch this much in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, now that I've had water,
Changes
it's
so much.
the taste right up my alley.
Is there anything you would want to add more into this Scotch? Like, is it missing anything that
More of the Scotch.
Yeah.
My glass is relatively empty.
This sounds kind of
That's one way to
weird
look at it.
and counterintuitive, but now that I've added water, I wish it had a little like the same flavor profile, but with just a little bit more heat. So if there's a way to like kind of combine the two with keep it a little hotter with adding the water.
So add less water?
Yeah, I guess. But
Or they make
don't
a
know.
cask strength.
Well, I was going to
just
say
for
this.
you.
Yeah.
This kind of makes me think we're looking at something closer to cask strength.
yeah,
higher
it
ABV.
seems pretty up there.
The finish is really mellow, but it sticks around.
Yeah, it sticks
and I
around for a
really
bit,
like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing offensive about it.
It's one of those scotches you go home and everybody knows you drink scotch.
Mm.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I can't really, it's hard to judge because it's a nice Scotch.
Really well balanced.
Like, I'd probably say maybe one more like zinger, maybe Barley did a keg stand before he left or something. Like another layer of complexity, I guess, would be the only thing. But really the nose, let's not forget that nose.
No,
It was a beautiful nose.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm not really missing the smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough there, but I don't feel like I would want more.
Exactly.
And it's not, to me, it's not like a real heavy peat.
It's just a light
It's-
smokiness.
Yeah, like something you get with like a Highland Park or something else like that.
Honey-
Not guessing, just
I feel like the honeycomb is winning the fight now.
Yeah.
It was
the emptier your
marshmallows on
glass
top,
gets.
and now
Marshmallow's a little too soft, huh?
oh, yeah. We just lost 2 listeners.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll make it up in volume.
My glass is empty.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's something to be said.
That was completely enjoyable.
Or you
This
could
is
say my
literally,
glass
like,
is
right up my
0% full.
I'm extremely
That's
pessimistic about my situation right now.
And now that I don't know, now that it's the flavors that are sticking around with me is actually more of the sweetness too. Like now I really get like honey. Yeah, honey.
And some like vanilla.
Yeah.
Some vanilla.
I get like mellow sweetness. Like my initial nose, I got like dried fruit, like a little bit of fig, a little bit of raisin. And I kind of feel like I'm also looking at a jar of fig jam right now, but that's the kind of sweetness that's lingering for me, which I
It is
like.
sticky or it's not sticky? Because to me, it's not sticky. It's sort of like the idea
It's not
of sweetness.
sticky, but that's the flavor of sweetness that is sticking around for me.
It's sweet but not overly sweet.
Yeah,
It's like a
I'm not
well-balanced
getting
dessert.
like a cotton candy sweetness,
Yeah, exactly.
or molasses.
It's like a honey sweetness where there's like other flavors going on,
Yeah.
but there's still that like saccharine kind of.
Wow, this
flavor
is
to it.
really changed. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been tasting this for 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
And
Also neglected to say with the water, the salt really dissipated for me.
just kind of balanced out.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like it's the saltiness is like a well salted dish where it's like you don't taste that it's salty, but there's always salt there,
Mhm.
kind of letting you go back for more.
Right.
And I feel like that's what this Scotch has, just like that hint of brininess.
So do we have any guesses?
Isla,
Yeah.
but maybe Bunnahabhain.
Ooh, that would make sense.
That actually does make some sense. It's not
Yeah.
the 12 because I've tasted that as recently as last night.
As recently as before you came.
Yeah. But it does
It's
kind
got-
of fit their profile.
It does.
Yeah, something else like Bunnahabhain.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards the Islay. What age do you guys think it is?
12.
Yeah, I'm kind of around the 10.
Maybe 16,
10
maybe
10 to 12
But I'm in
range.
that like 12. You
Mhm.
give me a bad look. That's not no. Wrong, bad guess.
Wrong, Evan.
Wrong. Do
Right,
over.
sorry. It's a,
I'll let you do
it's a,
that
it's a
one
10 to
more
12.
time.
It's a 10 to 12. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of think 10 to 12. I think, but I'm leaning towards high ABV, maybe even a cask strength,
54, somewhere around there.
something like that. I would say at least 50. Yeah.
I'm guessing 48.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll go 52.
This is fun. Well, I drank all mine too.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wanted to say
So no real complaints.
the drinkability of this Scotch is pretty high.
It is.
It's
It
almost
is.
like a Highland Park kind of drinkability. I mean, I don't think there's sherry. Do you think there's sherry here? Maybe a
I
little
don't
bit.
think so,
I think
because
they could have
if
done a
there is,
classy
there's-
sherry.
I think there's very little if there is.
Yeah.
I've tasted other scotches like this that ended up having a little bit of sherry, but I don't think there's much.
if there is sherry, they did it well.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of
Yeah.
sherry I can dig.
Yeah. We're kind of fuzzy on ages and locations, but I think we all
Fuzzy,
generally
just in
agree
general.
Isla
Yeah.
between 10 to maybe 16.
Just like 50% of scotches.
Yeah, exactly. It's right in that sweet spot, right in the bell curve.
Wow, they're amazing. They guessed it was.
They're
an
within 5
island.
years. Holy crap.
It's from Scotland.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, ratings. Dave, you brought the scotch.
Yeah.
You want me to start?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
rate
wanna
it.
start?
1 to 10.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to kind of just give it a solid 7.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good time, but I don't know what it's missing for me to like rank it that much higher, but there's something to be desired still. Don't know what it is, but it's still very good, very drinkable. And I would definitely buy this bottle again.
So Dave gives it a 7. Evan?
I'm going to say I like to, I understand where Dave's coming from, where if it did have that like missing last piece, this would be, in my opinion, probably a perfect scotch. So that being said, I'm going to rank it a little higher. I'm going to say 8.5.
8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I really dug it.
Wow. Trying to remember how special that nose was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted, I think like Dave, I wanted like just one other thing. I don't know. I like my scotch a little offensive, and this one was just a little too easy to drink, which is a personal problem I have. So when they're offensive, it's just harder to drink all of it. But I'm going to go 7.6.
Is somebody writing down these numbers, by the way?
Oh, yeah, here we go.
We don't
Oh,
have
up
a,
here.
We have a 7 and an 8.5
He said a
and
9.
a 7.6. I'll write them down, but I can't do the math. Once you get into 0.6 territory,
You need
I'm out.
personal computer.
are there any accountants in the room?
All of our accountants are out. So we're just literally lost.
we can't do math
We didn't
anymore.
even collect dues this month. It just
They're all on father duty, new father duty. Congratulations to our new fathers.
Yes.
I'm stuck between an 8 and an 8.5, which is really, I suppose, not much of a difference. I really enjoyed it. I think the nose was outstanding, but it left me expecting something that I did not end up getting. And I actually like that about it. I think as much as I enjoyed the nose, I was expecting something sweeter, a bit more sherry influenced, which would have been fine. I think I probably enjoy those more than some of our members, but the palate, the flavor of it totally surprised me in a good way. So I'm going to go with an 8.5. I enjoyed it
Yeah.
before water, after water.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to find something that I would say it's missing. I mean, I feel like a 10 is just you know it when you taste it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite there, but I really liked it.
It's a really well made scotch. I
It
think
is.
no matter what
Yeah,
we rate it, it's a
Yeah.
very like professionally built scotch.
exactly. Personal opinions aside, it's well done.
That gives us an average rating of 7.9.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So an
pretty
8.
good.
Yeah,
I think
Sounds
that's fair.
about right.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I mean, Vern's 7.6. If you would have gotten 7.7, would have been an 8, but that's fine.
I think it's still fair.
Yeah.
Even if it got shortchanged.
Oh, I love that bottle.
Wow.
Thank you.
Dave's
Homemade, hand-drawn label. I love it.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
by preschool distillery.
Exactly.
So it looks like it's in around 10.
Christmas colors.
It is.
Oh, the double P.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, it's a blend too.
I blended you guys.
Good. we got
you
blended.
dirty
Double
blender.
Peat blended Scotch whiskey.
Huh.
Wow.
So the Double Peat. Here, I'll pass this, guys.
Wow.
This is really good.
Double Peat is unique. It's the perfect championship between peated Islay and rare peated Speyside single malt. This complex pairing has a smoky, salty maritime exterior, which gives way to a sweet, spicy, heathery smokiness beneath. A compelling combination.
Honestly,
Indeed.
that's kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
awesome.
You got us, Dave.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I really like the characters on the
Yeah, the
canister.
illustrated.
I imagine they're two Peats hanging out together. Bar.
The double Peats.
46%.
Yeah, I was wrong on multiple levels, so I apologize to our listeners.
But we don't know which distilleries.
We do
No.
not know which distilleries they are, though.
What was the price point?
If you open up the receipts in the can, I believe it was just under $40.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah,
Well,
good
that
deal.
explains the smoothness, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, $40.
Yeah. That's totally a Scotch I would look past on the shelf, but I regret doing that. It was really good.
Up to my pride, I would skip it.
Yeah.
But you've turned me, Dave. Thank you.
I wanted to get weird with it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you brought both Peats to the party.
And not barley. I think that's the first blended Scotch that we've done ever.
I mean, definitely that we've reviewed in the club. You guys started with a bunch of blends, but it's been probably like 4 years.
Yeah,
since
it's been a while.
At this table.
It's been a long time.
This club is going downhill. This is great. Oh, I just noticed the illustrated Peats. The two guys on the outside, they have labels on their hats. One says Speyside and one says Islay.
Nice.
Honestly, though, it really sums up the Scotch well. Like it's the good blend of both of those.
Yeah.
I dug it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to know what Islay and what Speyside, because they're like, it's a peated Islay and a rare peated Speyside.
A rare peated
Well, I think because they don't peat the Speysides often.
Oh,
maybe that's
true.
what it means. I don't know.
Yeah.
But great work.
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
That was delicious.
Nice.
You got us. Your blended Scotch.
Blended. Man.
Dirty dog.
I know. I mean, sometimes I look at the Scotch aisle and I'm like, we've done a lot of these and we know the rest of them are gross.
Yeah.
So let's get weird.
Cool.
Honestly,
I like it.
And I'm glad we do this blind because if I would have saw that before I drank it, it would have gone down 2 points.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Excellent buy, Dave.
Yeah, awesome.
Excellent buy.
That's great.
I really wanted to open up blends to the table again.
I'm glad you did.
Because sometimes, blends are, cheap and they're garbage. And then sometimes they're really good. And I wanted to dip our toe in the waters and see if we could try some out.
Yeah. And if you think about what we were just saying about the whiskeys, the single malts that are going into blends, we tend to like all of those. So why would we? Yeah.
And a lot of these people that are doing blends, there's a science to it, just like there is distilling, and they're good at their job. They know what they're doing.
For sure.
Let's give them a try. Let's give them a shot.
No, I would buy this for home. I would buy this for a friend.
Yeah.
It's a great buy.
Yeah.
How did you find it? I mean, what led you to buy this bottle as opposed to like a Johnny Walker or something like that?
I was honestly leaning towards the Johnny Walker Green, but I feel like I have been talking about it way too much. So I didn't want to I was like, I want to do a blend, but I feel like if I come to the table with the Johnny Walker Green, because I've talked about it for the last 3 episodes, then somebody is going to be like, I know what you're doing.
I know if any of us here had a memory, we would have remembered you talking about blends for the last couple months.
Yeah.
That was, thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I got a quote for us. Close out the evening. Get your glasses, boys. This is to our 2 new fathers, right? Or at least by the time this podcast comes out, there'll be 2 new fathers in our
maybe
Scotch
even
club.
3. Who knows?
Okay, Evan. You want to tell us
Just
something? The best way of training the young is to train yourself at the same time, not to admonish them, but to be seen never doing that of which you would admonish them. Plato.
Wow.
Cheers.
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 That's deep.
Hopefully they'll all take that advice and run with it. Scotch.
If you like what we are doing, please follow or subscribe wherever you enjoy podcasts, whether it's in Ohio or France.
So you know when we have new episodes released.
And tell your friends.
Find us on Instagram or Facebook
at Mystery Scotch Tasting.
And leave us a comment.
Always remember to enjoy your scotch responsibly.
And please tell your friends.